It's late at night and you're walking alone through the parking garage.
This is a culture absolutely ruled by fear.
The elevator door opens and there's a stranger inside. What do you do?
Violent behavior is among the easiest behavior to predict.
Gavin de Becker knows, and that's why Madonna, Michelle Pfeiffer, and even a president or two reportedly turn to him when they feel threatened. Could he help you? Tonight, Cynthia McFadden with some surprising advice from a man who could save your life.
When you get the real in your stomach, major fear feeling, that is a survival signal. That's a gift.
From ABC News, Prime Time will continue after this brief message. Think there's danger lurking around every corner? This man can show you the early warning signals.
I'm an expert at predicting violent behavior, and you are too.
Prime Time continues. Now from Washington, Sam Donaldson.
Think for a moment about the last time you sensed you might be in harm's way. Maybe it was walking alone to your car one night, or hearing a click after you pick up the telephone, or just feeling uncomfortable with the odd behavior of a stranger. Did you trust your instincts or dismiss them? Correspondent Cynthia McFadden is about to introduce you to a man who says you instinctively know when you're in real danger, if you would only pay attention to the signals. Though he's never earned a formal degree, he's studied violence for the past 20 years and has written a book called The Gift of Fear.
There's been an explosion deep below the 110-story towers of the World Trade Center.
Commuter is bound for home, targeted by a man exploding with racial
It
hatred.
happened at about 9 a.m. local time, just as some 500 people settled down.
This is a culture absolutely ruled by fear. We live in a country where all the products are made tamper-proof, where we're searched before going on airplanes. Our buildings are surrounded by concrete barricades. Everything I just said is the work of fewer than 10 men who got our attention with fear.
Immediately, a total recall of extra-strength Tylenol began.
The Tylenol poisoner.
There's the shots.
And the few people who have shot at presidents.
22-year-old actress Rebecca Schaefer,
And attacked television stars have changed the way we live our lives. And that is because of fear.
In what seems like a violent world, the rich, the powerful, and the famous pay for this man's advice about safety. Tonight, it's yours for the listening.
I'm an expert at predicting violent behavior, and the premise of my book and my work is that you are too. If you can imagine two coyotes find each other on one of these mountain trails, and one of them suddenly attacks the other, do you think the one who's attacked says, "Oh, geez, I had no idea that was coming"? They exchange a series of signals, and so do we. And it is my firm belief that intuition is the cornerstone, the center of people's safety.
I'd like to introduce to you Gavin de Becker.
Gavin de Becker, safety advisor to 3 presidents, the Supreme Court, the CIA, and the U.S. Justice Department. And while he has represented hundreds of Hollywood's elite, including Redford, Cosby, Pfeiffer, Madonna, Turner, he says predicting violence is most important in everyday life. Consider this example.
Elevator door opens up in a building late at night, and a woman sees a man in there, and she's afraid of him. She feels a little hesitation about getting in the elevator. And what does she do? She says, "Hey, I'm not going to live like that. I'm not going to be the kind of person who lets the doors close in his face. This is silly." So she gets into the elevator. She gets into a steel, soundproofed chamber with someone she's afraid of. Now, is there another animal in nature that would even consider that?
It seems like simple wisdom. Listen to your intuition. Advice, he says, is especially important for women and too often disregarded by men.
Men and women in this culture live in a different life, no question about it. Men do not understand the fear of women. And sometimes the woman will say to me that her boyfriend or husband criticizes her for her fear. And I always say, I've got a message for this man. You tell Mr. I know everything about safety that he's got nothing to contribute to your safety because your fear signal is a gift from nature, and nature doesn't need his help.
We went to his retreat in the woods, hidden away in the California mountains, and far from the violence he spends so much time combating. Far, too, from what he says is a flood of media-created fear.
To watch the local news, for example, you would believe that you're at extraordinary risk. I remember a headline on the local news where they said, contaminated Thanksgiving turkey, kills family of 3. Could your family be next? The answer is no. Your family can't be next. That fear is unwarranted. That fear is not valuable.
And I think, well, but maybe there's another turkey out there somewhere.
And that's anxiety. When you think things that might frighten you or hurt you, and you are not in the presence of danger, that is not fear. That's anxiety or worry. Real fear is in the presence of danger.
But so much information washes over us that sometimes we're not very good at distinguishing anxiety from real fear. Like in this setting, late at night in the parking garage, and you have that uneasy feeling. Meaningless anxiety or real fear. De Becker says you can learn the difference, and it may save your life. Lessons he learned at a very young age.